that down. Let's move on to this, shall we? Staying in the realm of the MCU for a moment, one of the big films, other than Thunderbolts, that's coming out this year is Fantastic Four. It's coming. We've been seeing the footage of it. I like what I've seen. I'm more excited for Thunderbolts, but I'm still kind of excited to see this. Now, whenever a Marvel movie comes out now, one of the big questions that all the fans ask, who's going to cameo? Who's going to show up? When are we going to meet this? How's it going to tie into this? And all that kind of stuff. Well, director of the film, Matt Shakman, is getting out ahead of it and saying, no cameos, no crossovers in this. This is a standalone universe where Robert Downey Jr. isn't there, where Chris Evans, Steve Rogers isn't there. This comes to us from Yahoo Entertainment, who write the following. The Fantastic Four First Steps isn't going to be filled with cameos or Marvel Easter eggs, director Matt Shakman has confirmed. We are our own universe, Shakman told Empire Magazine, which is wonderful and liberating. There's really no other superheroes. There's no Easter eggs. There's no running into Iron Man or whatever.
Oh.
They're it in this universe. I love the interconnected Marvel universe, but we get to do something so new and so different. Eventually, this world will meet up with other worlds, but for now, this is our little corner.
Which is what I felt they should do.
Yeah, well, listen, going back a decade, one of my apprehensions about shared cinematic universe, and I love shared cinematic universe, but one of the drawbacks is that every time you make a film in a shared cinematic universe, to some degree or another, you are creatively handcuffed. Because you can't just do whatever you want to do in your story. Whatever you do in your story has to remain consistent and be in line with everything else that has already happened and is ongoing in that shared cinematic universe. And that also has a lot of upside, but there's also some downside. Shakman here is saying, nuh-uh, this has nothing to do with anything else in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is its own pocket world. Do not expect Easter eggs. We can do whatever we want to do. They can do whatever they want in this own pocket universe because it doesn't have to be consistent with anything else that's happened in the MCU. Now, obviously, the end of the film, we're expecting incursion. We're expecting some portal. We're expecting something to happen that's going to bring the Fantastic Four into the main Marvel timeline or vice versa. But for the majority of the film, he's just coming out and telling everybody, hey guys, you might as well stop with whatever speculation you're having about, is Shang-Chi going to show up? Is Ant-Man going to show up? Is Okoye going to show up? Is Captain Marvel going to show up?
Proxima Midnight.
Is Proxima Midnight going to show up? None of them are going to be there. This is the Fantastic Four universe. They are the world's defenders. They are the world's champions here. And guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Hungryroot. Okay, so I'm sure you guys can all relate to this. Spring hits and suddenly life goes from like 0 to 100. Busy season is officially in full swing over here. And honestly, who's got time to go grocery shopping? That's where Hungryroot comes in. See, because Hungryroot is like having your own personal shopper. I told them my goals and they started curating groceries for me that actually fit my life. Be it smoothies, snacks, salad kits, even ready to eat meals. All clean ingredients, no artificial junk. This week, I got the grilled turkey tenderloin with pesto grilled veggies, and it was amazing. And I got my usual protein-packed snacks. It's like they're learning my taste better than I even know myself. And the best part is, I don't have to waste time driving to the grocery store and wandering the aisles. That's time I can spend doing literally absolutely anything else. Guys, I love Hungryroot. Take advantage of this exclusive offer. For a limited time, get 40% off your first box, plus get a free item in every box for life. Go to hungryroot.com/Campea and use the code Campea. That's hungryroot.com/Campea, code Campea to get 40% off your first box and a free item of your choice for life. hungryroot.com/Campea, code Campea. I'll tell you what, Rob, I think it's actually pretty smart of Matt Shakman to just get out ahead of it right now, months before the movie comes out, and just say, hey, want to talk about the movie? Don't set yourself up for disappointment. Like, focus on the stuff that is going to be there, the exciting stuff that's going to be there. What do you think about his comments? And do you think he's being truthful when he says this?
I do think he's being truthful because, you know, they made a big point that this takes place in a different universe, different world. But that doesn't preclude, or is that the right word? That at the end of the movie, that situation could change.
Right.
I mean, obviously, the Fantastic Four, we know they're in Avengers Doomsday. So but that could take place in a different, obviously there's different realms. But yeah, I think I think it's smart that they focus on the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four is Marvel's first family. I want to see a Fantastic Four movie that is not weighted down by having to fit into the MCU as it exists now, because it's too much. And I love the fact it starts out in the 60s anyway. I mean, in a timeline, it would still, if it was in the 616 universe, it would still be before the appearance of metahumans. Of course, then it would have, the timeline in 616 would be totally different.
Captain America would have been around, or at least would have already had started his legend.
Well, yes, but he was he was created by American science, and then disappeared at the end of World War II. But yeah, I mean, I like that they're doing this. I think it's good. I mean, I think that this whole approach, I'm really excited for this movie. I have to say that I'm very excited for both Fantastic Four and Superman, which we're both getting in July, because of sort of their fantastical retro Silver Age future technology, Max Fleischer cartoons. I'm excited for both of these films because they're different. They're out of the it's silly to say that the superhero mainstream. They're coming at it from different directions, and I'm here for it. I can't wait for both movies. What a treat. It's like Barbenheimer, but different.
Chris, what do you well, I guess the two separate questions are, what do you think about Shakman saying, hey, don't expect Easter eggs, don't expect cameos, there's no other superheroes are showing up? What do you think about that philosophy in a truly self-contained pocket world? And then do you believe him when he says that? Like, could we actually go in there and get 5 or 6 big cameos? I don't know. What do you think?
I actually do believe him. And I'm with Rob, and I like this kind of point
Wait a
here
minute,
of...
you believe him?
I believe him.
I'm sure.
I don't trust or love anyone, right? But I believe him. Because also, all the Reddit kids are going to be like, we're right. Because in the trailer, you see that lovely Blackboard moment in which Reed is working on a multiverse bridge. So I think it is. This is self-contained. This is over here. But they're going to go over to another place, obviously. And I like that they are going to have this film without the burden of 616 knowledge and rules. I like that they get to have their own their sandbox, and don't have to go, oh, well, okay, but at this point in the timeline, people would probably know about this. And, okay, well, then we got to recognize that this is when this person's going to be born. I'm glad we're not messing with any of that, because that's how comics work anyway. I'm just going to tell a story, and it's over here. And enjoy it. Take it for what it is. And
we are getting other Marvel characters. Galactus, Silver Surfer. You're getting
but not from the other parts of the MCU.
Which
I like. So it's,
Well, and the idea of them being these kinds of rock stars then also makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
These are the truly 4 fantastic individuals who are doing good with their powers and have become phenomenons in their world, where we see them treated like the Beatles. Of, wow, look at these 4 American heroes who came back from exploration changed and are using their abilities now for our good and the good of all mankind. It makes more sense when you have a small group of heroes that the world can cling on to, the same way that we all do with celebrity or hero in our own world. It makes a lot of sense to me to go, these guys are just over here, they'll come play with us sometime, or, I don't know, maybe their world gets destroyed and they have to come play with us forever.
And to your point, one of the reasons why I'm always crying and screaming that we should also have standalone movies like Robert Pattinson's Batman and stuff like that to go along with those, because I miss the days when we would get a superhero movie before the days of shared cinematic universe, where, like, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movie. Spider-Man was Spider-Man, but he was also Spider-Man because he was unique in the world, right? Christopher Reeve's Superman was completely unique in the world. There was none others like him. Like in today's shared cinematic universes, oh, that guy can shoot lightning out of his eyes. Cool. Last week I saw 4 other guys that could do that too, because that's the way that it is. So I like having a balance of that. So it's kind of neat that Matt Shakman is finding a way to do that within the MCU without having to have kind of like a spin-off. I think it's kind of interesting. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? The director of Fantastic Four is saying, no Easter eggs, no cameos, no other superheroes showing up. This is the Fantastic Four's world. Do you believe him? If so, do you think it's a good idea? I kind of do. Let's just focus on the Fantastic Four. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.